Check it out, my loves. Hello, hello. It's your girl, Gabrielle Reyes. Y'all know me as One Great Vegan. And today we got a recipe for the culture, y'all. We are going to be cooking up my favorite Haitian spaghetti, so rich with flavor. This recipe is traditionally eaten for breakfast, but to be honest, y'all, I'll be snacking on it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack. So let's get in the kitchen, let's get going, let's get glowing, and let's make ourselves some fierce spaghetti. Haitian spaghetti is rich with flavor. Buttery, peppers and sausage, Caribbean treat to savor. Plant-based butter, cook the sausage, add the epis. White onion, bell peppers, garlic, mix together please. Tomato paste, pasta water, then your seasoning. Add in spaghetti, this recipe makes you wanna sing. So the first thing you're gonna need to do, number one, get yourself a big pan, large, because you're gonna want to make a lot of this recipe because you're gonna be eating it all week. The next thing, get yourself some hot water. I've got it boiling. We're gonna cook up some gluten-free noodles right here. I believe these are rice, quinoa, brown rice and quinoa. So we're getting fiber, okay? Get yourself some vegan butter. I'm using Flora Plant butter. I don't know if y'all have ever used this brand before, but it's so good. We got some vegan butter going in a pan. I'm using about 2 tablespoons of vegan butter. Grab yourself your chopped up vegan sausage, y'all. I'm using Beyond Meat sausage today. And what you're gonna wanna do is add this all into your pan, and you're gonna cook up these sausages for about 3 to 5 minutes or until it's nice and crispy and browned on all sides of the chopped up sausage, okay? So our sausage is cooked on down. Every piece is nice and crispy and delicious. So next what I'm gonna add in is my epis. And I don't know if y'all have ever cooked up with epis, but this is a traditional Haitian seasoning. We add this into everything. Literally my Haitian pumpkin soup, the epis. You can put this also on your tacos, in your tortillas, on your beans, on your rice, in a patty, whatever you need. The main ingredients in this has parsley, cilantro, Scotch bonnet, it's got garlic, green onion, so many incredible, vibrant ingredients, y'all. And we're gonna add this into our little dish right here. And this is key. The epis is key when you are making this Haitian spaghetti, for sure. Now that I've added in my Epis seasoning, we're gonna add in our onions and our bell peppers, our garlic, as well as that Scotch bonnet. When it comes to the Scotch bonnet pepper, you can either use like a Scotch bonnet hot sauce if you don't wanna like end up chopping it up, or you can use like 1/2 of a Scotch bonnet pepper. If you're not into the heat situation, then you can take out a little bit more. You know, add in however much makes sense to your personal heat index that you can handle. All right, check it out. We have some white onions right here. Add that into your pan. We're gonna saute these down until they're nice and cooked down and clear. And now, y'all, they are cooking up in that epis with that butter, with that sausage, with that epis, with that butter, with that sausage, with that You know it's already good. Like we could just put pasta into this and it'd be, it would be so delicious. Add in our chopped up red bell pepper. You can honestly use whatever color of bell pepper you like. I love a splash of red because y'all know I love eating the rainbow. So we're gonna just saute these down until they're nice and cooked down and clear. This should take about, 5 to 7 minutes or so. Let's add in that Scotch bonnet pepper, just a splash. And I also have some minced up, chopped up garlic right here. 2 tablespoons will be just fine. And just saute this in. Get it going. Get it all mixed together. And then we're going to be able to add in all of our other dry seasonings too. We're going to be using one of these not chicken bouillon cubes. There she goes. And let's crush it down. There we go. Just incorporate it into all of that seasoning and spice. Myself some pasta water. I'm gonna add that into my dish. And this is what's gonna really help those noodles cook down, as well as combine the tomato paste and all the other seasonings and spices in here. So let's add in our tomato paste. Squeeze it into your pan. We're gonna be using some apple cider vinegar to give it a nice acidic touch of flavor, and it's gonna really balance out well with a little bit of maple syrup, as well as the sausage, with the pepper, with the epis, with everything. So just a splash. I have some maple syrup to add that little bit of sweetness. I would say no more than half of a tablespoon will be just fine. You don't want this to be abundantly sweet, but you do want to balance out that little bit of acidity and that earthiness in there too. Oh, these seasonings and spices are so fabulous and so simple too. So we have a little bit of some ground clove in here, as well as some multi-purpose, all-purpose, salt-free seasoning. We're gonna add in our own little bit of salt if you want to, salt and pepper to taste. But for our seasonings and spices, add that straight into your pan. And then the next seasoning we're gonna add in here too is some fresh thyme. These still have the stems on them. If you want to, you can take them off. I'm a lazy girl. And I also know that while I'm eating it, I can pick out the stems. That's just kind of how I grew up eating food. My family just threw it in there, full on cloves, full on parsley, full on pieces of thyme. And I kind of just dealt with it. So today, that's what you're gonna do. If you do not have fresh thyme, that's okay, and that's all right. You can also use some dried thyme too, my loves. This pasta water right here is gonna really help bind everything together. So I'm gonna add in a splash, mix it together, see how my sauce is coming out, and then add in my noodles. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes, this is the kind of consistency I want. See a little bit of liquid going on in there, but it's not heavy. That's the perfect consistency for this recipe. It just soaks and really sits into those spaghetti noodles, and it's so good. So that means, y'all, it's time to add in our spaghetti. In goes our spaghetti. And then let's combine this together. Hey, this is really helpful whenever you're trying to mix together spaghetti without getting it all broken up, especially if you're using gluten-free. I like tongs, because that way you can kind of maneuver it, kind of twist it in there, as opposed to just mixing, constantly mixing. Haitian spaghetti, oh, Haitian spaghetti, it's rich with flavor, buttery peppers and sausage, Caribbean treat to savor. Check it out, my loves. Our spaghetti is fabulous, all coated and covered in deliciousness. That means it is time to add in our little splash of salt, as well as our parsley too. I'm gonna start off with 1 teaspoon of some salt, and that should be good. You can always add a little sprinkle of salt if you really want to, but what I've noticed is that the vegan sausage already has a pretty decent amount of salt in there, and you definitely don't wanna oversalt this dish. You see what we got here? You see the deliciousness? You see the beauty? You see the glory? We're gonna add on that little pop of freshness with some parsley, my loves. So I have some chopped up parsley, and just sprinkle it on top, and it's time to dig on in. Haitian spaghetti, it's rich with flavor, buttery peppers and sausage, Caribbean treat to savor. So y'all best believe your girl's about to savor every single bite of this dish. Y'all, look at that. Check that out. Tell me she ain't cute. Tell me she ain't delicious. Y'all gotta make this. It's time for me to dig on into this feast. I had such an incredible time vibing, singing, doing what we do here up in the kitchen. If you want to get more recipes like this, be sure to go to onegreatvegan.com, get yourself a copy of my music-infused cookbook. It has over 120 recipes, songs, workout videos from every single kind of cuisine and culture, my loves. Until then, be sure to sing your song, do your dance, and speak your truth. Goodbye, my loves.